story of BF Goodrich Tires in Baja is one of passion, persistence, and dedication. And we rewrite this story every November. The authors are a rugged and adventurous bunch. They're masters of their craft, and each play a vital role in the creation of this story. The race teams and tires are the obvious contributors, but there's also a crew working behind the scenes to help bring this Baja story to life. On this episode of Building for Baja, we'll explore the efforts required to create what has become known by most off-road racers as the Baja Bible. And we'll share what it takes to fill its pages with the information that has enabled our teams to consistently get to the finish line before our competitors.
Every single little plot trail gets named, and you can see on here all the different numerations. And if you first look at it, it doesn't make a bunch of sense. But this is, for example, Highway 5, K181, and the dash R means it goes to the race course. And then vice versa, if you're at the race course, it's R and then dash, the same code. But that all works out the GPS coordinates and the plot trails that we're creating to put together for all the access roads.
What's in behind you?
Race mile would be 167.23, 167.23.
Got the 167.23, and I guess, Nate, you're going to put a waypoint there?
Yep.
Yeah, so what we do is we come down and we create a route based on files that we've collected for the past 20 better years on GPS, and we stitch all that together on the computer, and then we come down and do the first drive of it before anybody else has come down and pre-run and create a map. And then once that map's done, that's how we end up with a finished product come race day.
How long one? We got an eyeball on you.
Perfect. Sounds like a winner. Yeah, as you guess, I just got to the race course.
Yeah, actually, the race course is not there. It's where we're at. Kind of look at your, I guess 1 or 2 o'clock, you'll see us motoring by.
Oh, it's clear over there?
See?
Well, then when you get up to where this road meets in with you, why don't you hold up there a second so I can see where you are?
Yeah, if it does come in up here, we'll see.
Precision matters in Baja, and you don't get precise information by taking shortcuts. You can't record every mile of a 1,000-mile race course without driving every single mile of that race course. And you can't record every mile of every access road without driving every mile of every access road. That's why we have a small fleet of Baja-proven trucks built specifically to get this job done. Our trucks are custom-designed workhorses and have logged tens of thousands of miles in the tough and rugged Baja terrain. Months before the green flag drops, we come to Baja ready to work. Our mapping crew methodically collects the data required to build a logistical tool that we've been perfecting for close to 3 decades.
Yeah, you know, when we first started with Sal, I don't know how we did it. We didn't have GPS. He just had a bunch of notes, and he would say, okay, here's, you know, we'd look at like a AAA map, and he'd say, here's where I think we want to go. And sometimes we'd have to stop and ask ranchers to find out if we were where we thought we were. We didn't have much in the way of chase, maybe one vehicle that would chase us, and we might hook up with them at the end of the day, or we might not. They may be lost and be someplace different.
Well, I think one of the outstanding factors of how the growth and the longevity of off-road racing, especially with SCORE, survived is because of BF Goodrich and their support.
What once was a few pages loosely stapled together and unceremoniously passed around the day before a race has become a sophisticated logistics package that equips our racers and their crews with the information necessary to safely navigate the Baja Peninsula with precision and efficiency. This package includes digital navigation files in 3 unique formats, plus a spiral-bound booklet with corresponding notes for every possible route from the highway to the race course. In short, we do the homework, so our racers don't have to.
While we will always have our own pit books that we put together for the team to have some of our private contact information, things like that, each chase truck also always has a BFG pit book. So as you can see here, we're needing access to get out here to, say, race mile 786. We know that at kilometer 102 on the highway, there's an access road. So if you're chasing or pre-running, you know to look at kilometer 182 to get out to that point on the race course.
But there are no useless access roads from my standpoint. As the weather comes through, the roads are constantly changing and evolving. So if they don't all get used for a race, I don't see it as a waste of our time. It's just part of trying to make certain that we provide the most comprehensive support to the teams. You know, today there was a couple roads that we went in that it's deep, soft sand. So we note right there, 4-wheel drive required. So that's important information so that they're able to get in there, reach their team effectively.
Sometimes we wonder if all this is actually worthwhile. And then we hear the stories from some of our racers.
There's no question that it's an advantage to use the BFG program, knowing where they're going to be, knowing what equipment they're going to have, and knowing that somebody out there's got our back.
You come up to a certain mile marker and like, okay, well, sharp left here, Vado on the right here, and that sure helped out a ton.
For us to have that kind of backing, that kind of support, and to get that BFG book that has so much information in it is just super valuable for us.
The map books are the most professionally done pit book that I've ever seen. As a matter of fact, we try to model our own pit book after the BFG pit book.
We have a bunch of friends and family that love helping us, and not all of them are as familiar with Baja as some people, so we can give them the book and it helps direct them to where they need to be very clearly.
Most race teams will do anything they can to get their hands on one of these booklets before the green flag drops. Fortunately, for anyone racing on BF Goodrich tires, all you have to do is show up at our pit meeting and ask for one. Some teams have been collecting pit books for decades, and while it was originally built to help get them from the green flag in Ensenada to the checkered flag in La Paz, many will confess they use these books year-round as navigational tools for every trip they take to Baja. In fact, don't be surprised if you run into a crusty Baja explorer in the middle of nowhere with a BF Goodrich map book, asking questions about the roads less traveled. Yep, we build tires, but we also build for Baja. What are you building for?